We made it.
Can't do that to us.
Well, we caught it today.
Ready? Okay.
Yeah.
I was trying to get an appropriate amount of cleavage for the show.
I love it. Sell it, girl. We got to sell it.
Yeah, the problem is there wasn't any.
You can get a bra for that.
Good grief.
Duct tape?
We
Duct
could.
tape wouldn't do it.
Yes, an underwire with a hanger.
Underwire wouldn't do it. Good morning.
Yes,
Sunnies.
Good morning.
It is Thursday, or as I call it, the Friday Eve. Welcome to the most fun you can legally have before 9 a.m.
Beautiful.
It is this Thursday edition of Sunny in the Morning.
Or as I'd like to say, Thirst Trap Thursday.
No.
But I want to hear how all you Thirst Trap Sunnies are doing out there. Tell me what's going on in your neck of the woods. What's the weather like? Where are you watching from? You know we love to see that every single day. We look forward to seeing all of you guys in comments. But while you do that, Mary's going to tell us a little bit about our home, The Lab.
That's right. Powered by the Lab St. Augustine, where innovation meets imagination. It's a full-service digital studio turning ideas into impact. Right here in the heart of downtown.
Hairball.
Light, sound, magic, and your next big thing, all under one roof.
Yeah, it's The Lab. That's where our story starts.
It did. It started right here. If you open that back door.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, we did. We came
We
through the back door.
started through the back door.
I love that.
It's like, what did they call that?
Poetic
Something. Justice.
Yeah, it was with
Like the movie?
Janet Jackson.
Oh, Janet.
And Tupac, yeah. You see Janet at the AMA Music Awards just like a couple days ago? Mel, did you see
No, I didn't
this?
see her.
No, I did not.
Girl, she popped off. She looks
Yeah?
good.
Did she?
She always looks
She's-
good. I love her. The Velvet Rope tour with the red curls.
But she always looked good.
Yeah.
I can't think of a time in history where I go, oh, Janet was such a mess then.
Yeah,
She's
Janet.
always been put together.
Always.
I did this, and I don't know if you guys did this, and probably some of our viewers may have done this. Did you guys ever learn all the choreography to Rhythm Nation, and you had the VCR so you would pause it and rewind it?
Girl, did
so
I
you
ever.
could do the choreography
5,
to Rhythm
4,
Nation?
3,
Yes.
2, 1.
Boom.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bum, bum.
So neither of you have met me,
Oh,
clearly.
yeah, sorry, I forgot. No
We'll
dancing.
teach you. We'll teach you after this, and we'll video it.
Hard pass.
Hard
No.
pass. But a good pass.
Text
is
the
what?
word
Yeah.
text the word Sunny 904-227-4422 so you can stay connected to all things Sunny on the Sunny Network, and we will have some giveaways coming up, so keep your eyes and ears peeled.
Ooh, we got some fun ones. I was just looking at that inventory. You're right. But yeah, follow us in the Instagram at Sunny TV Network, or the Facebook, all one word, Sunny ST Johns, or the TikTok. We got all of them, sunny.st.johns. And for those friends out there that don't like all the different other social medias, we're also on YouTube. That's
Yeah.
always a good one.
Yeah, we are on the tube of
Yeah.
views.
So neck of the woods, Boo, how was the rest of your day?
It was good. I did some yoga.
Okay.
I did some laundry. I made dinner.
Oh, nice.
Ooh,
We
what'd
had
you
a
make?
weird conconction of a meal.
Yes.
Oh, I love
that.
them.
Sounds like
We
like empty
had-
the fridge.
Brussels sprouts,
Love it.
baked, roasted, delicious with red onion, balsamic
Done.
glaze.
Yes.
I didn't have any bacon,
That's fine.
but it was very good. But I
Good.
paired that with weenies and beanies.
Oh, interesting.
It was very random, but I looked in the pantry and I had hot dogs, I had beans, I had Brussels sprouts, and I was like, you know what would go well together? Some beanies and weenies and Brussels.
Hey,
Delicious.
you know what?
It was actually really good, and it amped up the gas factor, I think.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
That's a
So
fun
we-
family activity.
We sat on the couch watching a movie,
Yeah.
and everybody took turns tooting.
Yeah, do you guys just let them rip? Or is like how does
Family
that-
style?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
That's how we roll. Yeah.
Absolutely. So
Oh
what
my
happened with
gosh.
you? What'd you do yesterday?
Well, we had, guys, listen to this. Tomorrow you're going to see this, but we had an extraordinary exclusive
Oh, we did.
interview. Yes, we went down to Hastings. There's an incredible, it's no secret, there's an incredible artist in town, Kelsey Montague. We got to talk to her. You guys, she's the one, remember that she invented the angel wings? That you see people are taking selfies with these angel wings on buildings and stuff. She started that movement many, many, many moons ago, and we got to meet her yesterday.
that was hashtag what lifts you?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
what it was. Hashtag what lifts you.
So inspiring. It was a great chat. So we're going to drop that like it's hot. Tomorrow, you're going to see that as our, what is it, like on the street report. So that'll be fun. Be very on the street. I'm working my corner.
On the street.
In Hastings.
I don't know that we've really,
Wow.
I don't know that we've workshopped the lingo for that one. We might be calling it on the street. We might not, because then we might go to jail, because we do actually have a story about that later on today.
True story.
But it is Thursday, and we're ready to kick off your day with everything from yoga to hurricanes to luxury resorts.
Ooh, that's speaking my language. Because nothing says morning vibes like some deep stretches and storm predictions.
That's right. Do you guys need a reset? Because the oldest city arts and wellness lounge has a 75-minute yin yoga and sound bath session,
Ooh.
deep stretches, glowing salt lamps, and a shavasana.
There she is.
Shavasana that could reboot your whole week.
That's fun. Sounds perfect for when you can't find your keys and the coffee hasn't kicked in yet, right?
Yeah, and for those of you craving caffeine and community, the Coffee and Conversation is back starting June 7th at the W.E. Harris Center in Hastings. So you could see the mural. And apparently a surprise guest might just come on in and hop on the mic.
And it's not me. That's the surprise. Or
Nah.
honestly, I'm just hoping for the ninja to show up.
A ninja.
Yeah.
There's a Hastings ninja?
Well, I was talking about the person that's a professional blender, like that's the ninja
Oh,
product. Yeah, that'd
oh
be
my
nice.
God. And speaking of big changes, is it Shad Khan? Am I saying that
Yes,
right?
that is, yeah.
He plans to redevelop Neptune Beach's Seahorse Inn into a luxury destination. Locals are split. Will it stay laid back, or is this going to get way too fancy and expensive?
Oh, that's an interesting balance there. I'm wondering if valet parking is coming for the beach chairs. Right? Yeah.
It sounds like it's going to get super fancy dance, which means probably most of us will be priced out.
I'm here for it, though. Maybe a free pass.
That's what I want to know is, will they let the gen pop into these places,
Yeah,
or do
right?
you have to be like members only?
Yeah, right. We have to find out.
Because that
Members
to me
only,
is
like
where
the
it's
jacket?
yeah, like the jackets.
Yeah.
Plus, we're also going to talk about how Flint, Michigan is now the most affordable city to buy a home in, while Santa Barbara remains the least affordable.
Well, Santa Barbara might need to start including gold bricks in those real estate listings.
It's
for real.
crazy. If you've ever Zillowed, you would know.
Santa Barbara.
It's insane. So that's your Thursday morning rundown. Stick with us. We've got a lot coming up.
Yes, and you don't want to miss it. A word from our friends at the Bailey Group. The Bailey Group. They're
Yep.
ready for anything, too. They're an NFP company. Life is full of unexpected moments. The Bailey Group is here to guide you every step of the way. Under the leadership of my buddy, President Mark Bailey, they've grown from a local agency to a nationally recognized firm, offering tailored solutions for individuals, families, and businesses, with the focus of an individual health and life insurance. Look, I'm going to tell you, Mayor, the Bailey Group is the place to be.
Yeah.
If you have any questions, they're amazing.
All right, guys, cancel your plans, not your subscription. Here's what's trending today. If you have Amazon Prime,
Okay, I do.
which if you have the Prime, you get the Prime Video.
I know. I love it.
Some people don't know that.
Oh.
So you actually have access. If you already have the Prime, you get the Prime. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You have Prime. Motorheads. It's a drama series centered around the world of car enthusiasts. Sounds
my
like a snooze
God,
fest.
yeah.
Clarkson Farm.
Kelly?
Jeremy Clarkson's humorous take on farming life is trending. You might like that. No? Okay. Overcompensating, a comedy series exploring modern masculinity.
I'm watching that.
Okay. Reacher. My husband has watched this one. It's an action-packed series based on Lee Child's novels. I don't know if he stuck with Reacher, but I know he watched.
People love Reacher.
He watched the first season.
Yeah.
That I
The
know.
Robinsons love Reacher.
Yeah.
Never seen it.
You know what I liked is the one that it's not on the streaming network, so I don't know why I'm telling you this. Is the one that Krasinski was in.
He's got a new
Jack Ryan.
Yeah, Jack
was it.
Ryan. He's got a new movie. It just came out last night.
I won't like it.
On Apple Plus.
I won't like it. It's a
doesn't-
kids movie.
No, it's not good.
If he's not shirtless, I don't want it.
No, it's an action film. I don't know. I
Does
haven't
he
gotten
get
through it yet.
shirtless?
I saw he was in it. I was like, oh, I gotta tell the girls.
All right, 9 Perfect Strangers, which is also available on Hulu, which is odd because I guess it's an original somewhere and they're also streaming it somewhere else. I don't know.
What makes a perfect
Oh.
stranger? Is it they have perfect hair, perfect teeth, perfect body? Is that a perfect? Or like, what does that mean? Perfect stranger.
The only thing I think of when I hear of Perfect Strangers is the
old show.
the
Balky
show in the
Bartakamus.
Balky and
Yeah.
Balky
his
and-
cousin. What was
Right.
his-
Larry? Was it
Larry?
Larry?
I mean, it was something. Who cares?
Yeah, but we all watched the show,
Right.
Perfect Strangers.
Yeah.
The Wheel of Times is a fantasy epic bringing Robert Jordan's novels to night. So if you're into, what is that called?
Jordan Peele.
No, fantasy stuff. What is that
Oh,
called?
sci-fi.
Sci-fi.
Yeah.
Yo Soy Betty La Fea
Oh.
is the original Colombian telenovela that inspired Ugly Betty.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And then from Old Country Bumpkin to Master Swordsman. This is not pornography.
Oh, yeah, I was
It's
going to
a-
ask you.
what?
I thought you knew that
It's a
word.
martial arts journey of transformation. Life
you
is
knew it.
transformation is life.
Sure.
From
Oh,
yesterday's
from
show.
yesterday's tattoo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pa Quierta.
Oh.
Keep going.
It's a heartfelt drama about fatherhood and friendship.
Alexa, skip.
Dio Medez el Cacaquia de la Juanta.
Oh, wow.
Someone
that's
is offended out there, and Meredith is now canceled.
Listen, you can't cancel me. I can't read Espanol. And
Well.
when I do, it sounds like this because I am very white.
At
Yeah.
least you're trying. You're
First
trying.
of all, my husband is Puerto Rican. You can't cancel me.
Diomedes el cacique de la junta.
Junta.
Yeah. Junta.
My children are 50% Hispanic. So you cannot cancel me because I can't speak Spanish.
That's awesome. They should be eligible for some grants. That's nice.
Yeah.
For some grants.
Well,
Grants.
you know,
They're
that's how we do
nonprofits, the children.
Maybe.
Right.
I don't know. But I really have a terrible Spanish accent. I'm very sorry for it. Now it's time for our Musica report.
All right, strum it, drum it, hum it down, Sunnies. Here's the music report to make you proud on this Thursday, May 29th. We got Jim Lamb at the Milltop Tavern at noon, Sean Ryan at 1 o'clock at Bin 39, Tony Scazzaro at 1 at the La Cochina at the Cellar upstairs, Smokin' Joe Shower at 3 at the Backyard Island Cafe at Meehan's, Lucky Spots, okay, at 4 at Bin 39, Orlando Munez at 5 at Fusion 904 Eatery. Zaza Flamenca, 5 o'clock p.m. at Fusion 904 Eatery. Vinny Jacobs at 5 at Hurricane Grill and Wings. Allen Arena at 5 at Oasis Deck and Restaurant. Trevor Compton at the St. Augustine Shores Club at 5. Crawford Boyd's Acoustic Anonymous at 5 at Trade Winds. Bill Sabo at 5 at OC White's Restaurant. Jonathan Lee Dotson at 5:30 at Fusion 904. And concerts in the Plaza are tonight with Groove Coalition. This is fun. Bring a chair. 6 o'clock p.m. at the Plaza de la Constitucion.
Oh.
Dana Vocals at 6 o'clock p.m. at the Hilton Bayfront. Vegas Gray at 6 o'clock p.m. at Pesca Villano. House Cats at 6 at Prohibition Kitchen. And Brett Blackshear at 6 o'clock at Harry's Seafood Bar and Grill. Rick Springfield, 6:30 at the St. Augustine Amphitheater.
Oh, wow.
Hey. And Verse Vitile at 9 o'clock at Trade Winds.
Oh,
Isn't that fun?
that is a lot of music.
Yeah, and you know who's having music? Is our friends over at Maraculia have a big rave coming up. Let's see what they
Oh.
have to say today.
Sunny St. John's was practically poured into existence over a cup of community sunshine, and now that sunshine lives at Maracuya.
And they're named after the passion fruit. Maracuya is more than just a name. It's a feeling, a rare, radiant flavor, a story steeped in heritage.
Guys, they don't just make coffee, they create handcrafted works of art located at 260 West King Street.
Maracuya isn't just coffee, it's culture. A slow sip in sunshine, a bold hello to the day. Sunny St. John's is fueled every day by Maracuya.
And in the comments, I'd like to give a special shout out to Cindy French, who, quote, said, "Who would watch this crap, a bunch of dum-dums?"
Oh, like
Well,
the lollipop.
To be
Yeah.
fair, she forgot to put the S on the
Yeah,
second.
she wrote
dumps.
dum-dum. But this is where we say, bye, Cindy.
Bye, Cindy.
We've banned ya.
Girl, bye.
Yeah,
Girl,
we-
bye.
The
Her
Sunny
name
Network.
was Felicia.
We only like sunny things. here.
Yeah. Cindy French, why are you here? I think attention, Amber
To
said.
the left, to the left.
Everything
Yes,
you own in
Amber.
the box to the left. All
Bye.
right. Sorry.
That's all right.
I know
Good.
people are probably going to start doing that just so that I'll call you out on camera, but then you will be banned.
Then you won't be able to be
But
called
they
out.
want their 5 seconds of fame.
But then you won't get to see
2.7.
my hot sternum in the morning.
See?
There's a lot of drawbacks to doing this. So be careful what you
There's
wish for.
Always one.
Yeah. All right, Hastings, grab your mug and your mildest hot takes. It's coffee and conversation time at the W.E. Harris Center on June 7th, which is coming up, I believe, is that next week or the week after? It's coming up soon.
Coming up soon, 10 to 11:30 a.m. So you've got just enough time to gossip before lunch and still feel like a responsible senior citizen. Citizen. My bad.
Davey.
Whoops, I slipped.
The guest speakers are still TBD,
Okay.
which honestly makes it spicier. Surprise wisdom? What?
It's like a Hastings TED Talk, but with less tech and more
Folgers?
Folgers. I almost said floggers. Sorry. Come on for the caffeine and stay for the community. Seriously, coffee and conversations.
What are you
What's happening
flogging
right
them?
now? Read the thing.
I'm trying.
Held in the
Oh, my
multi-purpose
God.
room, which means coffee, convo, and possibly folding chairs from 1983. It's going to be fun. Head on out on June 7th.
Honestly, I'll be there. Hastings always delivers charm heart and somebody's homemade banana bread.
You're going to be flogged. You're going to be in line getting flogged left and right. for
On the
that.
corner of the street, apparently.
corner.
I'll be
Under the
there.
bridge. Didn't we do under the bridge?
Yeah, right.
All right. If your nervous system is holding on by a thread, same, but help is here in the form of salt lamps, stretchy poses, and a sound bath. And I got to be honest, I'm going.
Okay, this is great.
It is.
Ashim will definitely be there too. The oldest
Yep.
city arts and wellness lounge is hosting a 75-minute of pure "Don't talk to me, I'm healing" energy on your mats.
That's right. You're going to get 45 minutes of yin yoga with Marina from Bent Yoga. That's a great name.
That is great.
Followed by 30 minutes of extended shavasana. I don't know if I'm saying that right,
are.
but that's my favorite part of yoga. And a sound bath by Kristen of Safe and Sound Wellness. Here's the problem with a 30-minute shavasana.
What?
It's
No,
just a
well,
nap.
Yeah, well, I like it.
But it's not really a problem. But what
No.
I'm saying is I will be there and then you will hear me snore during the sound bath.
Do you have like a baby snore, like a?
Yeah, I'm more of a heavy breather,
Yeah.
but no, it's pretty creepy.
Well, it's one part yoga, one part soul massage, and a whole lot of I might cry, but in a good way.
Yep, all levels are welcome, zero judgment. A $40 covers the whole cosmic exhale, and it's happening Wednesday, June 4th, 6:30 at the Oldest City Arts and Wellness Lounge. I love yoga, and when I saw that this was going to be happening, I was super pumped because I also love sound baths.
Yeah, have you ever done that before?
I have.
Is
I
it
find
like
them
the bowls and they're like
Yeah,
boing?
I find them very relaxing.
Okay.
And so I am stressed out a little bit. So
Okay.
this is going to definitely be what my soul needs.
That's exciting. That amber glow, instant Instagram story material. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
All right, Mara, let's get to that crazy weather report.
All right. Rain or drought, despair is about. Behold the cursed weather report. Let's see. Today's forecast holds the excitement of a soggy sandwich. We're graced with a high of around 89. If you are north of downtown, though, it's in upwards of 93 to 94. Signature humidity is going to feel like you're being gently poached.
Oh, like the egg.
Like an egg. Expect times of clouds and sun punctuated by a potential thunderstorm. It didn't rain yesterday, though.
It didn't for me either, but down in the south it did. But
Yeah.
no, did it rain by you?
Didn't
Yeah,
rain.
I was at the gym and all of a sudden I hear it and it's a metal building with metal,
Right. Wow.
and it starts like.
Yeah, it was crazy,
We
but
got the
nothing.
thunder.
Oh,
No rain.
well, good for
Yeah.
you.
I mean, I don't know. I would have loved it, but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I thought it was coming. Like it was.
Well, we need the
boom.
rain because our backyard looks like who did it and why. Like the
mean-
dogs
Yeah.
with the grass for. Oh yeah.
Stevie Nicks said thunder only happens when it rains.
She
so-
lied. Grass pollen is high today, ensuring your sinuses will remain as active as ever. Tree and ragweed pollen are taking a break, but they're most likely plotting their next assault. Air quality sits at a moderate 56. Breathing is optional, but it's still irritating. And for those of you who need an auditory distraction, the Music by the Sea concert series continues from 7 to 9 at St. Johns County Ocean Pier Park.
Awesome. That's
Yeah.
a lot of fun. Sounds like soup though for that weather out there.
We'll see. I don't know.
Well, now it's time for the Farmer's Almanac.
All right, guys. Moon's in bloom, tides in tune. Sunnies, here's your daily dose of the Farmer's Platoon. Question of the day. What is the best way to repair a cigarette burn in carpet?
Don't smoke.
smoke.
That isn't the answer.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay.
The only way is to cut around the hole, leaving no scorched fabric, fill the hole with a patch of carpeting cut to fit. And then I think you could actually iron that because of the glue base at the bottom of the carpet, and it will kind of melt the seam. Not too much. It also depends on the type of carpet because of that fabric or the, what is it, the synthetic fibers. You got to be careful, but you can do it. Now, I don't know who's doing this.
Yeah, I don't know either. Just put another rug over it.
Or stop
Oh.
smoking.
We have
Yeah.
Sarah is watching us from Pakistan.
Hello,
Oh, hey,
Sarah.
girl.
Welcome,
Hey,
welcome.
Pakistan, what's your weather like out there?
Hey girl,
Let us
hey
know.
girl.
All right. Advice of the day. Try a paste of baking soda and witch hazel. for poison ivy.
Oh, okay. I might try that.
Yeah, witch hazel should take the sting out, and the baking soda should neutralize for the itch.
I used to use witch hazel as a toner for my face. Interesting. Honestly, it works.
Does it?
Yeah. It had the strawberries scent.
Oh yeah, you can use witch hazel.
Thayer's. And Thayer's
Yeah.
had it for years. Yeah.
And Dickinson's is the other one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I leveled up.
Yeah,
so.
well, you should. That's one of the ones that you should have in your house at all times, just in case.
Witch hazel. Yeah.
All right, home hint of the day: if you use masking tape to mask around woodwork, affix it on the day you're going to paint and
Mel.
remove it immediately after you finish. Dry masking tape can be hard to remove, but you should use it. Otherwise, you're just a crappy painter, says Mel.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Word of the day: Minnesota.
Oh.
Say it with
okay.
an accent though. Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Tatanka.
It's the name. The name is from the Sioux word meaning sky tinted water. I like it. It's pretty.
Okay. Or cloudy water. I'm just
Cloudy
thinking.
water, sky tinted.
All
Yeah.
right, crappy joke of the day. What letter turns an animal into a covering? What letter turns an animal into a covering? C for cape. So dumb. Very dumb.
Like sea and ape.
Yeah, C and ape
That's-
becomes cape.
Terrible. All right.
Absolutely.
Who was born today?
Born today, Bob Hope, comedian, 1903. John F. Kennedy, 35th president, 1917. Melissa Etheridge, 1961. Oh, my God.
Yes.
And LaToya Jackson, baby, 1956. Good gracious. She had hit songs like Just Wanna Dance, Nighttime Lover, and Camp Coochie Kai.
Yeah.
Coochie Kai.
Coochie Kai. Kuchikai.
I think
Wow.
maybe that's your next interpretive dance song.
Coochie
Meredith.
Kai.
Okay.
Who kicked the bucket today was Ramona Trinidad Iglesias Jordan, recognized as the world's oldest person at age 114 years, 272 days back in 2004.
That's a long time.
I know, but then when we check these events on May 29th, Canadian ocean liner Empress of Ireland sank in the St. Lawrence River.
Wow.
Yeah, in 1953, Sir Edmund Hillary and Sherpa Tenzing Norgay became the first men to reach the summit of Mount Everest.
That's crazy.
Sherpa. In 1985, Steve Fonyo, who lost one of his legs to cancer, completed a cross-Canadian marathon for cancer research.
Wow.
Damn.
That's
a lot.
intense.
1999, Discovery became the first space shuttle to dock with the International Space Station.
Oh, that was the year Addie was born.
Isn't that lovely?
Yeah.
That's
What?
awesome. 1999.
when
In
I graduated high
2004,
school.
when I was born, Henny Van Andel Schipper
stupid.
in the Netherlands became the oldest living woman
There you go.
in the world at age 113 years, 335 days following the death of Ramona Trinidad Iglesias
See?
Jordan. Yeah.
Look at
Guess what?
that.
You go first. I'm behind you.
She's right back there. And look, her birthday
Right.
is coming right up, 335.
Wow.
Look at that. That's crazy.
How about the weather on May 29th? In 1973, a devastating F4 tornado struck Union City, Oklahoma, causing significant damage and leading to advancements in tornado research.
Hence the
F4 tornado.
no
struck
the things they do now, the warning systems.
the
This tornado,
Amber Alert?
no, not an Amber.
Different one. I'm sure there's so many warnings.
You know how they have like the horn, the
Yeah.
brrr, and it's like okay. Look, when this tornado struck, that's when they started developing these systems to put in place for the warnings for tracking these storms.
I thought it was to get the kids coming from playing outside to come
No.
inside. Okay. Unreasonably late snow fell in 1982 at the northeastern part of the United States, including New York and Pennsylvania.
All right. So CBS just dropped a bombshell. Flint, Michigan is now the most affordable city to buy a home in 2025.
Flint? Really? The same city that had water crisis? Well, I guess now it's making waves in real estate.
Yeah, so apparently homes are $61 a square foot.
Damn.
And there's a 21% vacancy rate, which means it's a buyer's market. Detroit isn't far behind, boasting 22% vacancy. So if you're
Man.
looking to move to Michigan, now is the time to buy.
I was hot in Michigan. I looked cute.
A Michigan 10.
God,
Michigan 10.
The beer goggles were goggling.
All right.
And Pittsburgh is third on the list. Apparently, it's cheaper to buy or rent there. Who would have thought? Wow.
Cheaper to buy than rent. Yeah, so I did a little bit more digging on this story because I found it super interesting because once you hit middle age, you just look at real estate. Like you sit on Zillow or Redfin or any one of the apps and you just look at real estate. I don't know why we do that. It's like middle-aged people pornography. So Flint, Michigan is most affordable. Least affordable places: Santa Barbara, Santa Monica, Berkeley, California. The median home price has increased, median across the United States, has increased from $313,000 in 2019 to $416,000. So over $100,000 between 2019 and 2025.
Yeah.
The median home price.
And the
That's
average
insane.
30-year fixed mortgage rate is close to 7%, up from 2.65. That's where I locked in January 2021.
Yep, it's crazy. But this is what I also found to be super interesting. I looked at the 10 most affordable cities in Florida to buy a home.
Okay.
So like if you don't live here and you're like, I'm thinking of moving in to Florida, here's where you should look to go. Lake City, the median home prices are below the U.S. average at $254,000.
Good gracious.
Pensacola is coming in at a hot $257,000.
Wow.
Panama City, you're right there on the beach, $275,000. Bartow, $272,000.
I didn't even know that existed.
Deltona, it's like Daytona adjacent.
Right.
Yeah.
Daytona adjacent.
It's $301,000. Gainesville.
Right here.
Yeah, about an hour 45 from here. You can buy under $300,000 at $299,000.
Wow.
Jacksonville.
Is on here?
Yeah, right up the road. You can find a median home price of $289,000.
Wow.
The cost of living in Jacksonville is actually 4.3% below the national average.
Jeez.
Did you know that?
I
did not know that. And if you want to go to really where all of the magic happens, Kissimmee.
Yeah, definitely.
Median home price is $375,000, which is 1.1 above the national average, but you're right next to the dreaded Disney World.
Yeah, pucker up, Buttercup.
All right, what about if you come to Florida, where should you avoid if you don't have lots of money?
Avoid. These are my people. Let's
Yeah.
talk about them.
All right.
Hi, Daddy. From
Okay.
Juniper Island, typical home, $9 million. That's interesting. At Golden Beach, typical home value is around $7.4 million. Oh, Fisher Island. If you guys have ever watched The Birdcage, that's where the famous, right? I'm going out to Fisher Island
my
and
God.
I'm going to pack light with just my
Meredith,
toothbrush.
you've seen the birdcage?
Yes.
Okay,
Okay,
so
let's say
there's
put it on
Fisher
the
Island.
list.
The
Yeah, that's a good
average
one.
price, Mel, is $6 million.
Jim, we're moving tomorrow. Pack our things.
All right.
Buena Vista, the average price is 5.4. It goes down to Boca Grande.
Boca Grande.
Big mouth. Ariana's home at 2.9 million, and then finally rounding it out, the home of Sue Bell, the great influencer Sue Bell, Palm Beach. Hey boo, 2.1 million is a typical home value. I love Sue Bell. Anybody follows Sue Bell out there? Give her a big kiss for
So
me.
here's the thing with these, though. All of those places that we listed in Florida that were outrageously expensive, they're all water. It's waterfront. So you're talking beach access. Like
right.
Boca Grande, those are the big old mansions that are directly on the water. And Jupiter Island, you're talking about directly on the Atlantic. So if you can afford to live there, you're not watching this show.
Right. True story.
Okay.
But you can fix your face at About Face.
When your skin needs a refresh,
Or you just want to feel like your most confident self.
About Face Aesthetics is our go-to.
These skin queens on the beauty scene know exactly how to treat you right.
From facials and skincare to injectables and glow-ups, they've got the magic touch.
And they make you feel seen, heard, and radiant from the inside out.
Ready to put your best face forward?
Say hello to About Face. Book your glow up today at aboutface.guru.
All right, Davey, it is official. The U.S. Treasury is pulling the plug on the penny.
No!
After 2 centuries, our little copper friends are heading into official retirement.
Oh my goodness. This is no more pennies? What am I going to throw at the fountains now?
Your panties.
Oh, I could.
You
Yeah,
could.
but the nickel actually costs them more to make, so I don't know why they're... Tell us the details.
I don't know. So
How are we going to do it? Are we rounding? How are we doing this?
are we rounding?
Round down for me.
The Treasury officially placed its final order for penny blanks this month, and production is going to cease once those run out, which will likely be 2026. So each penny costs 3.7 cents to produce, which is why they are going to phase them out.
It costs more. I see that now.
Yeah, it's leading to an annual loss of $85 million to the Treasury each year.
What?
Yeah. The penny is projected to save the U.S. government $56 million a year. Eliminating it, I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. With the rise of digital payments, the practical use of pennies has significantly declined. I feel like all coins in general. Who is pulling out a coin?
I have change in my pocketbook.
But do you use it, or is it just there to like as a
No,
weapon?
when I have cash, I am obsessed with giving exact change, and I feel like when I do, I'm winning.
You literally are the only person on the planet that does this.
I know. Well, you should see my husband. He has this bag in his playroom, and I don't know where Jim gets all this change in his pockets. Like he could take his pants and like bludgeon somebody with the amount of change.
Oh wow!
I don't know where it comes
Straight
from.
to murder.
I love bludgeon.
Yeah, so like his console and in his playroom. I don't understand.
Now I do have a bag of coins in the the junk drawer in the kitchen. I have a bag of coins there, so when I'm cleaning the house and I go around and I find a random coin, I'll stick it in the bag because then I go to the coin star.
But it bothers me. The Coinstar, doesn't it charge you money?
Yeah,
Like,
it takes a percent because it did the work of counting your coins.
I guess so. Yeah.
But to me, I have not personally used a coin in many years at a store.
Really?
I don't carry them. I love how you called it a pocketbook.
Yeah,
That's what my grandmother called it.
But public opinion surveys indicate a majority of Americans support discontinuing the penny. I want to hear in comments. Do you guys use pennies?
I don't think anybody's using
hold
them.
on. Amber said parking meters take change. Last time I look, now they take credit cards. So.
Yeah, they mostly you just do pay by plate, right? So you take you scan your plate or you put your plate number in. I mean, you scan the app, you put the plate number in, and then now this is what I hate about that though. A lot of times you're getting compromised at those parking meters. That's where our card has been taken at like 3 parking garages.
Oh, you mean the skimmer, the scammers?
Yes.
Okay.
So we have literally been to, in the last couple of years, 3 parking garages where our card was compromised. But
you
that's
don't need to sage yourself.
Hey,
like
guys,
there's something going on in
it
the
happens.
Masony household.
It happens all the time.
I have people on here. They're saying that they use exact change. Celeste is saying she's the same. She loves to give exact change. She feels like she's winning too.
I
I'm
don't
serious. You
know.
guys need to do it. Use exact change, and you'll be like, I just totally won at life today.
I don't even know if I have change.
Well, Stacy says it makes no sense that a penny costs 3 cents to make, but you have to think about production cost. Everything has gone up.
Right.
Everything. The price of literally everything has gone up. So to make it, you have to assume that has as well as gone up.
So then let me ask you guys. So like when I was growing up, it was always like the last Christmas present under the tree. And I would be so excited to open it up. And it was just like a coin collection. It was basically like my grandmother would see these infomercials at like 2 a.m. And it was like, oh, this will be great for Davy. Let me order the coins. And they have literally no value. But now, since the pennies are going to be discontinued, maybe I have something on my hands here.
I don't know. You'd have to look. Do you still have them?
I'm going to take them to Flashes and Brilliance. They are coin specialists. So
there you go.
John, I'm coming at you, buddy.
All
We're gonna have
right.
to take a look at those coins. So, yeah, let's see what's going on with the Gen Z report. What are they sharing with us today?
All right. Slay or nay, Sunnies. Here's what Gen Z's got to say. Why? Because we're just trying to keep up. This word, which I've heard multiple times in a sentence, I feel like with my kids, is they're always talking about somebody's main character.
Yeah.
Oh, they're so main character. Acting like the world revolves around you means main character.
Yeah.
She's got main character energy. Yes, drama follows her.
Yeah. I can
Main
see that.
character.
Yeah.
So it's a silly one, but it doesn't seem to be going anywhere. I think they're all silly, but
main character?
they don't seem to be going anywhere.
Yeah. I think we call that the protagonist.
Protagonist?
All right, let's get over to your favorite section. The one that everybody is signed on today for is the fishing report.
So here's the thing, guys. I'm getting tired of the fishing report. I don't know if I'm going to keep doing it.
Show Meredith love in the comments.
No, I don't think I'm going to keep doing it because
come on.
I don't understand what's happening. It's always like the same thing. These fish never leave. They're always here. They don't have jobs. And I don't think I want to do it anymore.
Oh, man. People look
Come
forward
on,
to
guys.
that.
All right. Lines tangled, facts mangled. It's time for Meredith's expert fishing report.
She's falling asleep.
I hate it. Another day in the Sunshine State where the fish are biting and the humidity is plotting your downfall. Let's dive into today's aquatic escapades.
All right.
Tide, because timing is everything when you're trying to outsmart creatures with a 3-second memory. Low tide happened already. You a-holes were asleep. It was at 5:12. High tide, 11:11.
Make a wish.
Is that a lucky number?
Yeah, make a wish.
And then low tide, again, is going to be around 5:12, which will be super inconvenient for dinner if you cook it.
yeah,
but
and
if-
the afternoon show. Jeez.
Yeah. The redfish continue their relentless pursuit of anything resembling food. They talk about these topwater lures again. The Zara Spooks, don't know what that is. A Mira or lure, a top dog, don't know what that is.
Sounds like my date.
Okay. A paddle tails, a root beer, a penny.
Oh.
This is all stupid and nobody knows what I'm saying. Offshore fishing is apparently still pretty good. If you have a boat, call Davey.
Oh.
He wants a ride.
Definitely.
And then you could, but here's the thing about the offshore fishing. You get the seasick
yeah.
because it's very wavy. It's very bouncy.
You can get the patch.
You got to wear the scopolamines.
I love the patch.
The scopolamine
yes,
patch.
it doesn't hurt my figure.
Yeah. So you can also go, where are people fishing? I don't know. Volano Beach Pier, Matanzas Inlet, the May Street Bridge.
All the places.
Yeah.
And if you want to pay somebody because you don't have a boat and you're a loser, you can go to Avid Angler, Fishbuster Charters, Sea Love, Coastal Fish, Endless, Summer, or your brother-in-law, which
Tight
this is
Lines. Yeah, shout out Scott Darmer, Tight Lines Fishing Charter. He's
total
amazing.
nepotism.
Yes.
But yeah, you could also call him. I would advise a charter actually because
And
you
they're
could,
a lot of fun because how the captain, they know a secret. They don't tell the secret spot.
They
The
don't.
coordinates. They put it in the thing.
coordinates.
Yeah, and they go out to the secret spot, and this is like we're like
the
a
longitude and the latitude.
basically a club for fish out there.
It's a
yeah.
club for fish.
Yes.
What
All
would
right.
you call a club for fish?
We'd
We'd have to come up with something
fish
for that.
rave?
Yeah, it's got to be something with a rave. But
Yeah.
you definitely have a joke of the day, don't you?
Yes, I do. Why did the fish blush? Because it saw the ocean's bottom.
That's actually cute.
Bottoms
All right,
up.
you got a little giggle out of that one. You got a little giggle out of that one. I will say that one gets kudos.
You know where you can giggle all day is
Yeah.
on an Old Town Trolley tour. Let's see what they do.
Okay. If you're looking for the best way to see St. Augustine,
And you want history with a side of hilarity.
hop on board Old Town Trolley.
It's our favorite way to explore the nation's oldest city without taking 10,000 steps.
You'll hear ghost stories, local legends, and fun facts you'll definitely repeat later.
Plus, you can hop on and hop off at all the best spots. Food, shopping, history.
Check, check, and check.
So grab your Sunnies and a sense of adventure
And ride the Old Town Trolley today.
This will be fun.
We're
Just
out
a
of order,
fun-
though.
A fun new segment that
Uh-oh.
Florida just launched Operation Fool Around and Find Out. And this is not a joke today, you guys. This is a big one. We definitely have to
I
jump
got it
into
right
this.
here.
Okay, good. Thank God.
All right. So let's see what happened. Polk County authorities arrested, get this, 244 people in a 9-day undercover operation targeting prostitution-related activities.
244 people?
They called it Fool Around and Find Out. And guess what? They found it out.
Take a shower.
They found it out.
This is crazy.
Guess what?
What happened?
Former Tampa Bay Bucks linebacker Adarius Taylor among those arrested.
Oh, Darius?
Adarius Hididius.
He dared himself.
Hootie.
This is crazy.
244. The operation involved multiple agencies, including local police department and federal entities. Now you're in trouble
Yeah.
because
when
the
feds-
federal entities have come aboard. The arrest raised questions about the focus of law enforcement and on consensual adult activities. This does beg a question, though, in the day and age in which we live. Should prostitution be illegal?
Oh, this is an interesting question. In this town, during the Prohibition time, it was legal.
Yeah.
And there's a part of town called West King, and which is a little bit west of downtown. And if you look, all the names of the streets are ladies' names. Helen, Blanche.
Oh,
Those
yeah.
were all the madams back in the day, in which they owned massive amounts of property. And their ladies, the ladies of the night, what have you, would have a house and they have their families, and they would go to the Lightning Museum, and that was an old hotel, and they would have their fun and their pogo stick moments or whatever you call it.
Oh.
And then, yeah, everybody lived harmoniously. It was amazing. And we drank and we did drugs. I mean, this was the town.
We drank. We did drugs.
did
We
it
had
all.
brothels.
Yeah.
We were.
We had it all.
And we were balanced.
But yeah, but it does in this day and age beg a couple of questions. Is prostitution sex work? And if it is, should it be classified as work?
I mean, it really does take a skill. I mean, it does. You can't just open up shop for just everybody.
Okay.
Like, how do you make a fire without making it burn?
Listen, okay, so I
Okay.
just read a story the other day about there's OnlyFans. I forgot her first name, but she did the thing with over 600 and some odd men in like 6 hours. Ended up in the hospital. So my whole point is, okay, where's the line? I think,
Well,
there's always a line.
OnlyFans, yeah. So OnlyFans is a whole other can of worms that I don't know that we want to open up here. But I'm just saying, in terms of a business,
Yeah.
is it work? Should it be taxed? If it's legal, should it have to follow all of the small business protocols? Do you have to get a license?
I don't
Do you
know.
have to incorporate? I mean, there are a lot of things here that I'm just
Workman's comp?
Is there an audition? I don't
Workman's
know.
comp.
Yeah.
As a small business owner, I'm asking this because like we're saying, this operation not caused the arrest, but arrested 244 people.
Right.
And what they were all doing the same thing, soliciting prostitutes.
Terrible.
So, should it be legal? Should it not be legal? I'm interested to see what our audience feels on this one. I'm not saying either way what I believe. I'm just saying in this day and age, because there are places in the United States where it's not illegal.
Yeah.
So
It's considered sex work.
I agree with some of these Missy's saying the problem is so many are forced into sex work.
That's true.
I agree.
Yeah. We
This-
have that issue here.
But
yeah.
this sting, they said, did not. There was no findings of human trafficking in this sting, meaning they did not find anybody that was working here
So it was a one and
to
done.
be involved in any type of human trafficking, which obviously human trafficking
Right.
is
Holy
absolutely
guacamole.
awful.
Yeah. No, we'll talk to Rethreaded, which is an incredible organization that really is helping ladies who have been victims of
Yeah.
that get back on their feet, get real jobs, and learn the life again, because it's
Yeah.
not an easy thing. So this you actually
It's
asked a
just
really
an
good question.
interesting question, I
And
think.
if you look at the history of St. Augustine and St. John's County, like that really, truly, like this is something that we lived harmoniously. I'll say it again. So yeah, it's an interesting topic. I want to hear what you guys have to say in comments. That's a good question.
It's Vegas that's legal, right?
Is it? No, I thought, Reno, Nevada. It's Nevada.
We're
period.
getting a lot of should
Nope.
not be legal. We're
A
getting
lot
a
of
lot of
Nope.
trafficking, things
Nope.
like that. Yeah, we're getting a lot
Well,
of
I guess the question is, how do you then differentiate with the trafficking? Like,
Yeah.
how would you know for certain? And then you'd have to have really strict business protocols on it, and then
Right.
you'd have to get local
Kind
and
of like
state
what they
government.
did with the marijuana industry. I mean, let's talk about it. I mean, that's they put regulations on it. It's a different kind of strand than what you would find out in the street. So
Well, and it's
allegedly-
also across the country, states get to decide, is it legal or is it not?
yeah.
And until it becomes a national thing, each state will have to decide. And that goes by having voters come in and vote on it.
Yeah.
So this would actually something that would have to go onto a ballot. It would have to be voted on, and it would have to be voted on state by state until there was a national or a federal law.
Right.
Right? Because it's like, remember that song, How a Bill Becomes a Law?
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, we're getting sidetracked on this. I just
Interesting,
think
though.
it's
Interesting
I just find it
conversation.
interesting.
Yeah. Whoa.
Taking the emotion out of it of saying
Right.
what this is. I'm just saying if you looked at it through the lens of, is it a business?
Right.
Because there are places in the U.S. that consider it
right.
a business.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm saying before you come at me
Yep.
for anything.
No, they're actually doing okay. So Lori's saying I'm in the circle of sisters for Rethreaded. They
Yeah,
do such good work.
Lori.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Addie is telling us you can't differentiate.
Mm-hmm.
So
Interesting.
yeah, a lot of good opinions, a lot of good feedback.
What's next on the agenda, darling?
Hurricane season.
Oh no!
I know.
Stupid. It's
So
stupid.
NOAA just dropped their 2025 Atlantic hurricane season forecast, and it is looking like Florida might need to keep their storm shutters on the ready.
Oh no, not again. What's the outlook this year? I'm sure it's horrible.
Well, they're predicting 13 to 19 named storms, with 6 to 10 of those becoming actual hurricanes, and 3 to 5 of those reaching a major hurricane status at a Category 3 or higher.
So the names this year, because that's what I really look forward to, are
Yeah.
the names. We have Andrea, Barry, Chantal. Ooh.
Oh.
Dexter. Ooh.
Oh.
No.
Okay.
Aaron,
Dexter.
Fernandad, Gabrielle, Umberto,
Oh.
Imelda, Jerry. Oh my gosh.
Jerry.
Karen. There's a Karen.
Oh, no. You know that one's going to be a problem
That's gonna be
already.
annoying. It's
That
gonna
one's
be-
gonna
Could
just
you
hover.
imagine if Karen is the first one that goes to like category 3? If we get to a
It's just
K,
gonna hover and be like, I'm coming, just kidding. It's gonna
No,
be like
Karen.
nagging and like.
and then we're going to just keep seeing these on the radar where it's like, I want to see your manager.
Yeah.
I want to see your manager. I want to see your manager. Could you
Lorenzo,
imagine? Oh.
Melissa, Nestor, Olga, Pablo, Rebecca with an H, Sebastian,
Rebecca with an H.
Tanya, Van, and Wendy.
Okay, I
Wendy.
like Gary the Hurricane. That's so funny.
But here, we've already had, I wonder how often they have to recycle these because we've already had some hurricanes with these names.
Umberto,
Umberto,
I've seen
I
that,
know.
yeah.
if
We've
Dexter
had.
is coming towards our town, I'm out. You guys ever see the
Yeah.
show Dexter?
The whole
yes,
thing.
Yeah. Oh, did you
The
see
only-
the reboot? I don't
I've
like
not
the
seen
reboot.
the prequel.
That's that. That's
Yeah,
what it
I've
is,
not
yeah.
seen the prequel, but I've seen all of the original Dexter and then the when he goes to Alaska.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about. What I don't know what they called that. It was like a shorter season and it was like
shorter, yeah.
I don't
Dexter
remember.
goes to Alaska.
Whatever that was
Dexter
called.
go- Dexter
I
goes
don't think
to
it was
Alaska.
I don't think it was like Debbie Does Dallas. Dexter goes to Alaska. I don't think that's what it was, but anyway. All right, and now a word from one of our featured sponsors whom we love. It's Great Expectations Realty.
It's so important when you're going through a transition like that to communicate what is most important when you're looking for your new space. So for some people, it's the features of the home, but for a lot of people, it's so much more than that. It's the features of the neighbors or the community, or whether it's an HOA or a non-HOA. There's a lot of, moving parts to that type of transition.
All right, guys. The Jags owner, Shad Khan, is setting his sights on Neptune Beach, planning a luxury redevelopment of the Seahorse Oceanfront Inn and iconic Lemon Bar. Have you been?
No, I've never, but now it sounds interesting that you said Lemon Bar.
Yeah, the proposed project includes a private beach club, spa, fitness center, fine and casual dining, and retail spaces. And my question to this is, if it's a beach club,
Yeah.
will you allow
Like a day passer?
like the pores to
Oh.
come in? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I'm serious because there are beach clubs around here, but you cannot get in unless you're a member. You can't like get a day pass. Like, what if you want? Like, what if you could only afford to go for the day?
You can go for the day. It would be a guest pass, but you have to know a member.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
I'm out. Okay.
Well,
I don't know nobody.
I got a connection. I got
Okay.
you. So this is quite the transformation, but now are the locals reacting to this upscale vision? I'm not quite sure, right?
It's a mixed bag. Some residents are excited about the potential economic boost, while others worry it might erode the area's laid-back beach town charm. And I think that goes to this whole note of, is it going to outprice people?
Well, we're kind of going through this in town over in Volano with the Magic Hat Hotel with the new. They're thinking about knocking. Florida has a lot of these motels, like these
Yeah.
iconic old school motels.
And explain the difference between a motel and a hotel for people who don't know.
Motel ground floor, like one level. Hotel, obviously multiple floors. So this is more of just like a real easy in and out kind of moment.
But you open the door and you're in a parking lot.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
your
yeah.
access, like you're not walking through a lobby.
True.
It's like you're opening.
Yeah.
Which but there are so many of them in our downtown area.
Right, yeah.
And they are adorable.
They are adorable. So that's the question: is adorable sustainable? So, going back to the Magic Hat Hotel, I know we're talking about this other one, but this is a really interesting thing because it's really divided the community over at Volano. Of like, do we keep the charm of the Magic Beach Hotel because it has this really iconic neon sign, or do we take that neon sign, put it on a wall or a museum or something, so we can still keep the nostalgia of it, but make the motel safe because it floods constantly when we have storms and stuff because it is so it's probably below sea level.
We have to be in this area where we are literally sitting right now. I think we're below sea level.
So let me ask you this question then, because I know there's going to be some people clapping back at this, but if they advanced these motels and made them, a little bit more sustainable, but still kept the charm, do you think that that's a good compromise?
I don't think that they should be touching the neon signs, the design. I think that's what keeps the beach charm, the laid back town vibes. I think that's what keeps that going. Now, this con guy bought the Seahorse and Lemon Bar for $36.95 million.
Oh, wow.
$36.95 million. So already right now, just from the investment piece that he has in on this, this is hundreds of millions of dollars worth of renovations, and I don't think you're getting a day pass, is my point.
Well,
I don't know.
I'm a hustler, baby. I'll get in there.
Listen, I'm just saying.
The economic impact is saying the development is expected to bring jobs and attract tourists and boosting the local economy there. I don't know. I feel like that's already boosted up in Neptune. I feel like they're doing okay.
But and it also, what is this revitalization going to do in terms of keeping that vibe in the area? Because you're going to want luxury, and it doesn't look luxury right now.
Right.
It
true,
looks
true.
beachy and laid back.
Yeah.
But if you have to go and it's $500 a night for a room,
Yeah.
I don't know that people are going to want beachy charm.
Yeah.
So
that's true.
it's one of those things where it's like, is it, isn't it, is it, isn't it?
And
I don't know.
Going back to the discussion on these Florida motels, I mean, we in town had a really good solution over on Anastasia Boulevard, which we created Veterans Village. You guys, listen to this. This is really cool because we have a lot of homeless veterans out there, but we came up with this incredible idea in town. I believe it was Home Again St. John's is the nonprofit that parented this idea, but created a space for homeless veterans to have an apartment. They turned this old, dilapidated motel into an actually like working, functioning apartment. I think that's incredible. Like still keeping the landscape, but still making it beneficial to all concerned.
Well, that's the whole idea of reuse, being able to
Sustainability, yeah.
reuse something that it's not necessarily for its original intent, but I think this one's a better intention.
Right. Yeah, I think so too.
So the hard part that people are going to have, and this is across the country, depending on if you're coastal, obviously, the flooding.
Yes.
Because you can't really, it wouldn't be economically feasible to raise these up.
True. Yeah.
So you're looking at other issues of drainage and whatnot, but you would still have initial flooding.
Yeah.
And that's going to be the issue there. But
Interesting.
Anyway.
Chat. Yeah.
we'll see what he's going to do with it. He owns it, so you know it's going to go through, and now it's just a matter of how they decide what it's going to look like.
True. I'm excited to see what happens there.
All right, Davey, a St. Augustine man named Alton Wayne Cope III just got sentenced to 4 years in federal prison for his role in an illegal firearms trafficking operation.
What the what? He was working with a Ponte Vedra Beach realtor or something like that?
Yeah, the realtor, Braden Hobbs, allegedly supplied over 120 firearms to Cope and his 21-year-old relative, who then sold them illegally. How crazy is this? Have you ever thought of using a realtor to sell illegal firearms?
Nobody would suspect it, I guess.
Well, I'm thinking our boo, Jenna, Great Expectations Realty and Auction.
Is she selling what? Did you just?
There is an auction house that's connected to this. So she does this legally. So, they would obviously have all the registrations, all the serial numbers. But this was just like hand over fist. This was crazy.
Yeah. So they all of the 120 firearms were licensed to dealers in Jacksonville between 2022 and June of 2024. And the intent was to sell them unlawfully, which is crazy. Undercover agents purchased guns from Cope, who identified Hobbs as the supplier. So he rolled right over.
Good gracious.
Rolled right on over.
Got nervous. Yeah.
But my question is, here's my question with this whole gun things. Like guns, don't like guns. That's not what I'm talking about. My whole thing is, you can buy guns basically everywhere. So why do you need to sell them illegally? Or
because you're going to do illegal things with them.
Are you going to
Well, one
are
of
you
the
going
things
to
we
make
talked
them into illegal? Because you can do different things to guns.
Right. But I think the point of purchasing it on the lowdown is because it's not going to be traceable.
I had talked to Sheriff a couple weeks ago about something like this, but 3D printers are also a problem.
Yeah, it's a big problem.
You can make guns.
Yeah, I mean, guns are. I'm not a big gun person. It's just who I am.
My question is, how did these two come up with this idea? He's like, "Hey, got this great idea, but I need you, Braden, the realtor, to help me do this." And Braden's like, "Sure, this sounds great." Like, how do people? You know what I'm saying?
I do.
How did the conversation start? Like, they're having pizza and they're like,
"Hey, you want a gun?
Hey, you want to start this firearm illegal trade business?" Like.
I think it raises some other questions, which are reputable businesses doing underhanded, schemey things with unsavory, as my grandmother would say, unsavory people.
Yeah.
And now you've got almost like, did you guys watch Ozarks?
Yes.
No.
Okay. You didn't watch Ozarks?
Girl, you'll
Get out.
love it.
Get out.
Yeah.
All right, I'll put it on my list.
You need to
Okay.
add
Jason
that.
Bateman.
I love
super
him.
young.
I like him.
Love him.
I like to curb your enthusiasm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so it's money laundering, drug money. It's money laundering. That's what Ozarks is about. Cartel is involved. It's a whole thing. Anyway, it does raise this question of up and up businesses like a laundromat, a realtor.
Oh, you're talking like a ruse kind of thing?
Right. So it's like it
To
looks
wash
the
their
front.
money?
I mean, Breaking Bad.
Right.
You know, they
exactly.
they-
Like
Case in point.
racketeering.
the
Remember
car
show Weeds?
washes.
That show.
You know what the conspiracy theory is? Mattress firm. Huge front for money for
Yes.
for money laundering.
Yes,
You
because
never
you
They're
see anybody.
everywhere.
And there's never any cars in the parking lot. Like, do people work there?
How
What's
many
happening?
mattresses do we need that have 25-year warranties?
Right.
Who's
know.
getting a new one?
Let me know when they're on sale, though. Yeah, that's
But
good.
seriously,
Yeah.
so they all are these fronts. So what St. Augustine and Ponte Vedra are saying is, do we have to take a closer look at local businesses that seem to be on the up and up, but they're doing these illegal activities like trafficking firearms or
Crazy.
money laundering for drugs or whatever it might be.
Right.
Who knows?
Who knows? Especially with something like this. This guy's going to facing up to 95 years in prison.
Yeah,
That
well,
is
he also
crazy.
assaulted a corrections officer
Yeah.
and had multiple
There were
arrests on
other
drug
things in
charges.
their
He had
infractions.
Lord.
he had a buffet of charges.
The children.
Maybe he
Yeah.
can use pennies to pay his bond with.
I don't
exact
know.
Nice callback.
Maybe
You're
he's got
welcome.
some pennies stashed in a sock, ready for that bludgeoning
go.
Mel was talking about earlier.
I can't believe supplied
Good
over
grief.
120 firearms. Jeez.
Listen,
Yikes.
okay,
That's
listen.
hot mess, girl.
It's a lot. Could you imagine sitting in a court and being like, and the sentence is 95 years? Forget it.
Golly.
What do you
Forget
do?
it.
Like you really?
Forget it.
I'd be
Yeah.
like, really? I have some pennies. I could pay you off here with my pennies.
That's a lot.
Do you know how many No, there'll be discontinued. He would need to print pennies from now through 2026.
With the 3D printer.
and still would be short his
Be
bail.
very
Get
short.
the realtor friend to help him print some more.
Hey, Booze, I got to give you a good word today. You got to text the word Sunny, SUNNY, to 904-227-4422. We got some giveaways coming up. Really super excited. So you got to stay connected to all things Sunny on Sunny TV.
That's right. And you can follow us on all the socials. On Instagram, it's Sunny Saint. No. Yes. No. Is
Sunny
that
TV Network.
Sunny? It's not Sunnies with an S,
Okay,
right?
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So Instagram, I'm just making sure I say this right now. You can find us on Instagram at Sunny TV Network. Facebook is one word, Sunny St. John's, and the Titty Talk is sunny.saint.johns. I'm going to leave on this note with the TikTok. You're really ticking me off, TikTok.
Yeah, you're not happy
Yeah.
with the
Stop putting those videos up
And the crying
of the
people.
she doesn't know it now, but in 24 hours, so-and-so is going to be dead. What is wrong with you?
Yeah, TikTok's algorithm needs to
Stop.
really change on that.
I
Yeah.
can't open this app and have my morning coffee because of the anxiety it produces within 3 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Give me more puppy and cat videos. Otherwise, I'm out. Knock it off.
Fix it.
Fix it, TikTok.
But I'll tell you who makes it so special for us every single day. We've got to give a shout out to these local sponsors. These are the businesses that make the Sunny Network shine every day. Meredith, who's on the top of that list?
We got STA Lab, Bailey Group, Old Town Trolley, About Face, and Zone Cheer.
Yes, so
Yes,
we've also
Zone
got
Cheer.
Great Expectations, Realty and Auction, Flashes and Brilliance, Spice and Tea Exchange, Epic Behavioral Healthcare, and Emma Concert Association.
Oh, and don't forget,
Yeah.
because Davey has been finding a ton of businesses locally that want to be on our Sunnies list.
Yes. This is awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, give me a shout. Davey at sunnystjohns.com. We have this incredible opportunity for local business to shine and give a little perk to our Sunnies out there. So
Right.
yeah, if you're a local business that's looking, we've got some great lists like the Feed Mill.
Yeah.
They signed up. We did a farmer's report with them last week and they were super excited.
But even if you're not local,
Yeah.
and your business does online sales, you can give customers across the nation,
Yep.
if you ship, a Sunnies discount, and you could have customers from Minnesota.
Oh, yeah.
And Santa Barbara.
Canada.
Ooh, lovely.
And Pennsylvania. I don't know why they all became Midwestern in that moment, but and that's a great way because, like with About Face, you can get this tinted, delightful, moisturizing sunscreen,
I've never looked smoother.
15% off.
Yep, say Sunny.
And all you have to do, I believe you put the code in on the website that's Sunny, and it gets you that discount, and they'll ship it to you.
So
I'm
amazing.
saying,
Yep.
I'm just saying.
So awesome. Yeah. So holler at your boy Davey at sunnystjohns.com and I will sign you guys up. But yeah, stay tuned for more with Sunny's List and set your alarms for tonight at 5:00 p.m. We've got Addie back in studio. Going to be talking all things afternoon delight.
That's right. And then
Yes.
we'll see you again tomorrow for our Friday rollout for the last day of the week at 8 a.m.
so excited. We love you guys. Bye, Sunnies.